Hi, sixth graders. I just want to go over two of the problems from the Google form from yesterday. So this first problem was the third question on the Google form. So we see a upside down trapezoid kind of, and I see that there's a triangle here, but then there's this trapezoid shape here. Well, what I can do in this section, I can break this up into another triangle. So I have a triangle A, a rectangle B, and then a triangle C. Well, triangle A, I'm given the base and the height, so I can find the area right away of triangle A. It is 6 times 8, and then we have to divide by 2. So 6 times 8 is 48. 48 divided by 2, the area of triangle A is 24 centimeters squared. Okay, area of rectangle B is height is 8, length is 9, so 8 times 9 is 72 centimeters squared. But now we need to try to figure out, I don't have any dimensions for triangle C. Okay, I know this 21, they're telling me this whole entire thing, length is 21. And then this little portion is 6, and this portion's 9. So 6 plus 9, okay, that gives me, for this whole entire section here, 15. And if we want the whole entire thing to be 21, well, 15 plus 6 gives me 21. So that's how I know that that's 6 centimeters. I did some addition and some subtraction. All right, and then if the height is 8 over here, then the height has to be 8 over here. Well, I can do the math, but also I realize, wait, look, height is 8, base is 6, that's the same thing as this triangle. So if this one was 24 centimeters squared, then this one is also 24 centimeters squared. And if we add up all three areas, we end up getting, for our total area, 120 centimeters squared. So that was the answer for problem number 3 on the Google form. And the last one I do want to go over as well was the last problem on the Google form. All right, so the trapezoid looked like this. Not the best trapezoid, but you get the picture. Again, we see that square, that means it's a right angle. All right, so we know that that's the height of something. And then we were given 4 feet for that. For this, we were given 14 feet, 12 feet, and 7 feet. So again, I see a triangle and then I see a trapezoid shape. I know I can break this trapezoid shape into another triangle. All right, so I'm gonna label them A, B, C, just to keep myself organized. So A, the base is 4, the height is 7, and then I divide that by 2. So 7 times 4 is 28. 28 divided by 2, I end up getting 14 feet squared as my area for A. My area for B, or rectangle B, the width is 7, the length is 12. 7 times 12 is 84 feet squared. Now we need to figure out my dimensions for C. So let's see. If this whole entire thing, so for this one it's a little different. They're not saying the whole thing's 14. They're just saying from here to there is 14. And if this is 12, just from here, and then this little sliver gives us 14, what should this base be? If this is 12 and the whole thing's 14, this base should be 2. 14 minus 12. And then if this height's 7, then we know that this height is 7. So 7 feet. Okay? So now base is 2 times the height is 7 divided by 2. So 2 times 7 is 14. 14 divided by 2 gives us 7 feet squared as our answer. All right, so we know that if we add 14 feet squared and 84 feet squared and 7 feet squared as our answer, we end up getting, so 84, 14, 7, we end up getting 8 plus 7 is 15, 8, 9, 10, 105 feet squared as our total area. All right, so that was the answer to the 5th problem on the Google form. I think for the most part, people are understanding this. They're just having some issues when it comes to finding the missing values. All right, so I'm going to leave you with one more problem that I want you guys to do on your own, and then we're going to go over it. All right, so the problem that I want you to do is another very similar problem. We have a trapezoid. All right, and we're given this triangle, 3 centimeters, height is 4 centimeters, this top base is 8 centimeters, and this bottom is 11 centimeters. All right, so what I want you to do right now, I want you to grab a scrap piece of paper. If you don't have a scrap piece of paper, I'm actually grabbing this problem straight from the book, and it is on page 674. So if you have your book handy, it is problem number 8, okay? You can either draw this picture and solve it, or you can solve it in your book. But right now I want you to take the time to solve this problem and see what you get as your total area. All right, so let's give it a go. So I have this trapezoid shape. I see a triangle, and then I see another trapezoid shape that I don't know how to find the area of. What can I do with this trapezoid shape to make so that I can find the area? Well, I can make it into a rectangle and a triangle. All right, what is the area of this triangle? What's the area of this triangle? Triangle A. Well, 3 is the base times 4 is the height, and then we need to, because it's a triangle, divide by 2. So 12 divided by 2, we get 6 centimeters squared as the area for triangle A. All right, what is the area for rectangle B? What is the area for rectangle B? Well, I know that the 8 up here is what I'm going to use, because this 11 is this whole entire dimension. So I just want that 8. So I'm going to do 8 times 4, and you get 32 centimeters squared. And lastly, triangle C. I don't see any dimensions, but I can do some subtraction in order to figure out what some dimensions can be. So what did you get for triangle C as the area of triangle C? Well, I know that this whole dimension from this part to this part is 11 centimeters. And I also see that just from this part to here is 8. So I need to find that remaining amount. So 11 minus 8 gives me 3 centimeters as my base. 4 is my height over here. So 4 is my height over here. So 4 times 3 is 12 divided by 2. We again get 6 centimeters squared, okay? And if we add up all of these things, I have 6 plus 6 is 12. 32 plus 12, we end up getting 44 centimeters squared as our total area, all right? Now, I do just want to point out something really quick, boys and girls. It's not always going to be the case that if you have a triangle over here, it's going to have the exact same area as the triangle over here. In this case, it just worked out, but do not always assume that. Still try to find what the base and the height are and solve for the area. Because sometimes it looks like they're identical, but sometimes they're not drawn to scale. So don't just assume if you know one triangle, you automatically know the other one, because it doesn't always work out that way. All right? So I hope this built up your confidence a little bit with area of special quadrilaterals. I'm going to have a few more practice problems on the Google form that is attached, so please complete those. I am also thinking about doing a quiz tomorrow, Friday, on just finding area of parallelograms, finding the area of triangles, and finding the area of special quadrilaterals like this. All right, so enjoy the rest of your day and complete that Google form, please. All right, have a good day.